Thanks for tuning in to this little video I thought I'd do about just kind of some of the things I'm thinking about right now. I'm spending a bit of time thinking about what I want to teach next semester, what I want the curriculum to be for my main large group meeting, what I call my dinner and discussion. So I've been asking myself, what are some of the big questions I think these students have about Christianity or about life in general, and how could I create something that would kind of go after those questions. And specifically, one of the questions that I've been thinking about is just the question of revelation. So, has God revealed himself? And if so, how has he done that? And why has he done it in the way that he's done it? To many of these students, especially the Old Testament, just feels so foreign, so kind of uniquely weird. And trying to make sense of that and say, actually, if we look at this, we see the way God is revealing himself, the plan he's putting out, is really beautiful and really perfect. And even if you ask the question of, like, if I had the responsibility to communicate to humanity the reality of humanity's circumstances, if I had to show the creation, the fall, redemption, and restoration, then starting with this person Abraham and this family, and then growing that into a nation that's witnesses to God, a kind of a nation of priests, and responding to them with these covenants that reveal God's intentions and what he intends for them, and then having that be the perfect lead up to the incarnation of Jesus and the expansion of the church with the coming of the Holy Spirit. Like, it's so well planned out and so beautifully done through history and through humanity that only an all-powerful, all-knowing God could possibly do it. So somewhere down the line, I'm working to kind of turn that and change it into something that's easy to digest, but something that creates a good discussion and discussion topics. At the same time, I'm also working on my new Bible study that I'm about to launch next week on a book called Delighting in the Trinity, which is a pretty short book. So if you want to pick it up and read it, it would allow you to really follow along with what we're doing. And it's an incredible book. It really kind of introduces you to Christianity, which is perfect for my group, by focusing on this really specific thing, the Trinity, that no other religion offers anything like it. And then it shows how the Trinity isn't just some off there in the sky theological idea, but just essential to what Christianity is and really at the bedrock of who God is. So in all of these things, I'm trying to make things that my students can interact with, that they would be interested in and they want to investigate as they're investigating Christianity and figuring out what it is. And I still have a group that is largely non-Christian. But they're also Columbia grad students, so they're totally not afraid to do these discussion-based times. Like, they're used to that. And by the way, kind of as an aside, that point that I was mentioning earlier about how the church expanded as the Holy Spirit came and then really crossed all national and all ethnic borders, that point came up last Thursday at group, and I think it was really impactful for a lot of students. Their faces kind of lit up at it. This idea that there's no geographic center to Christianity. So unlike Hinduism or Islam, where this is kind of where the religion started, and this is where the majority of people following that religion have always been and always are, Christianity is really the only global religion, the only truly global religion. And for a lot of those international students, especially the Christian ones, they've lived that. They've experienced the church in different places, and they're experiencing it through RUF right now. Okay, well, let me end with a couple of prayer requests that you could be praying for this group for. First of all, the Israeli-Palestinian conflict. Pray for that, but not only where there's actual violence and war and death happening, but also here at Columbia, where even if you look up Columbia in the news, you'll find that there's different groups that are very vocally on campus, saying their side. Within our own community at Columbia, there's a lot of stress, a lot of hurt, and there's also just real hate there too, and hate for the other. 2 weeks ago, I think it was 2 weeks, before the first attack on Israel happened though, I had already prepared the discussion. The attack on Israel happens, and I go into the discussion, and it's about the Good Samaritan story, which features two neighboring people groups who just hate each other and have a history of hating each other. And we applied it directly to what was happening in the news that week, and really got to see Jesus as this Good Samaritan. Jesus is the ultimate Good Samaritan. And again, I think it was a great discussion. It was really impactful. Also, I'm in the middle right now of really trying to focus on my fundraising. I'm trying to get away from kind of having this like red line of, oh, you're gonna run out of funds in the next month and a half if you don't find more, and instead get to where I have a sustainable number of recurring monthly givers and recurring yearly givers, to a point where I can say, okay, this is something I'm really going to be able to do sustainably for the next couple years even. But thank you for watching this and being a part of the Christian community that surrounds these students and cares for them and prays for them and gives money to support them, and everything else that you're doing in your Christian life. Thank you for this focus on this ministry and knowing that something is happening here that's worth talking about and worth supporting. My goal is to turn my donors into partners, partly because I need more donors. I need more people to care about this ministry and support it. I want to give you guys reasons to be excited about what I'm getting excited about. So thank you for all your love and care that you're sending towards Layla and I right now. It's really appreciated, and I will see you soon.